Welcome to Honey and Brown.
Welcome. What do we do here?
We do anime and music.
Today?
Music corner.
Typically it's the MJ corner,
Yeah.
but you know, we're going on a bit of a detour, a bit of a, you know, side path. We are doing a band that I have recently kind of discovered, and I mean, not that I discovered them, but like I came across and I fell in love with them, you know.
Played it non-stop.
Well, the album that I found out about them was an album that came out a few years ago. It's called For Those That Wish to Exist, and the song called Animals. When I first heard that song, holy crap, I was like, what is this? And then I just, you know, started to listen to that entire album, and I was like, wow, I love this. And then, you know, I started to like, okay, like what else does this band have? And then yeah, like since then I've just been listening to them nonstop. They're kind of like one of my new favorite rock bands. But the band is called Architects. They are a British metalcore band. Yeah, you don't really know basically anything about them other than probably some songs I played in the background. But the album that I did play for you, For Those That Wish to Exist, is kind of a newer style of theirs. So this song that I want to play for you, it's a song called Royal Beggars, and it's off of their Holy Hell album. And there's a bit of a history with that album, which, you know, we'll talk about after the reaction. But anyways, typically on this channel, what we do is I usually play her a song, and I, you know, try to get her reaction. Is, you know, it's typically me sharing things, you know, especially when it comes to music. So I'm really excited about this because I know you don't like this type of music, you know, with metalcore being a bit more heavier and harsher vocals, but I think this song is perfect because it's a bit of soft and a bit of heavier. So yeah, let's get on to it. But before we start, I just want to say thank you guys all for continuing to support us, watching our videos, liking it, you know. Yeah, anyways, let's get on to it because I want to have a pretty good discussion about this at the end. This is Royal Beggars by Architects off of the Holy Hell album. You ready? Oh, look at him. I love the verses.
The lyrics are really good.
Love this part.
Royal beggars.
So, you liked it, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, we listened to it twice, and then how I know that she loved it is she added it to her playlist. She never adds songs to her playlist if she's not going to listen to it again. I told you, man. I told you this song is bombastic.
Well, I couldn't want to, I couldn't like it because he keeps forcing it to me. It's like, oh my god, like every time I go, it's like I just have to listen to it.
Hey, I told you this.
And then all I can hear is like I'm not really listening to the lyrics. Like I don't see the lyrics, so all I can hear is like noise. This is so noisy. But this, I'm not really musically inclined, but this song, like, oh my god, I don't know what they're talking about. Like I'm not really sure, but the feeling that I got is like, it's like we try so hard, we work so hard to just get some little bit of money, and then we're basically like selling our soul, and it just kind of pumps me up because like it feels like, the song encompasses like all the aggression that I feel for everything that, all our hard work, like all the hard work that we do. And at the end of the day, someone, at the end of the day, we're just beggars. And then if someone is like, had a better, better way of talking to, better way of talking to your boss, or like so good in making, in making themselves look good in front of them, like, we're, even if like we work so hard, we're basically like just beggars. Like we're basically like,
we're royal beggars.
Yeah, they just shut us off, and it's just like, and I love this song so much because it makes me feel like so pumped up. Like, yes, that is how I feel sometimes. Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, so this before I kind of go off on the song a bit, so a bit of history on the band and this particular album. So this band was founded by twin brothers named Dan and Dan and Tom Searle. And Tom Searle, he had skin cancer, and he actually passed away before this album. And Tom Searle was basically, think of like Mike Shinoda when it comes to Linkin Park. Like he was the main songwriter. He was kind of the creative force behind it. And when he passed away from skin cancer, I mean, can you imagine being the twin brother on that? It broke the band,
Yeah.
And so his twin brother took over the songwriting abilities, and this was the album that came out right after his twin brother had passed away. And the twin brother had wrote this entire album kind of about his brother. And when you listen to this album is full of themes of death and afterlife and betrayal and misery. It's a very dark album, and I love it. I mean, I love these type of albums, and I love that there's history and there's like meaning behind it. I love that that throughout this album, and I want to react more to this album. It mixes so much of angst and harsh vocals, but there's a softness in it, and I love it. Especially this song. It just perfectly kind of showcases the lead singer Sam Carter, which I love. He's such an amazing vocalist. Like, he is so good. I would put him on the level of Chester Bennington. He has such good vocal range. Like, he could do harsh vocals like this and soft, and the fact that when he does his harsh vocals and you can still understand him, and someone like you who typically does not listen to this type of music. Like I don't even think you would ever listen to this band or the song if it wasn't for me. But even you like it because it gives you that sense of empowerment. But
it does, and also like I just love depressing songs too. I love depressing songs, and I love when the feeling that it gives you.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all find our own meaning with this song. You know, I just love the chorus. Like a bird in a cage trying to fly away. Is this the price that we have to pay? Overflowing with rage, yet we still obey because we're asleep in a hurricane. I love that part where he says, yet we still obey. So it doesn't matter how much we try to empower ourselves or how much we try to fight through pain or how much we try to fight through, you know, the obstacles. I mean, in the song, we're still royal beggars. Like we still obey. And I would love to know like more of the mindset of Dan Searle when he wrote this song, and like kind of, you know, I know he added the elements of, you know, his twin brother passing away, and then he also added like the elements of life after death and just death in general, and how there is no certainty in life other than death. And you know, it doesn't matter how much we fight. And I love, like, I'm just reading the lyrics, and like, you know, there's a saying in rock music, especially songs, or not songs, like this type of genre, metalcore, which means kind of like more of like harsher screaming vocals. It's like they ask them like, why do you scream in your songs? And you know, the typical response is like, well, when I speak, nobody will listen, but when I yell, they're forced to listen. And that's why bands, especially rock music, that's why rock to me is so like empowering, because it's like, you know, some people, if you're not a rock fan, they always say like, oh, like, why do you like scream, or why is it so harsh? Because it's their pain inside, you know, it's their soul screaming out. And yeah, the song is just incredible. It's like, it's such a song about having the chains on you and you're just trying to dredge through like life, and no matter what, you know, it's kind of hopeless, you know. And I know the song is very dark. This entire release is so dark, you know, and I really want to react more to it because you will see traces of, you know, the memory of the brother, and Sam Carter does such an amazing job of being the vessel for Dan Searle's pain. It's pure beauty in this entire album. And like this song, Royal Beggars, I literally will go to the gym and I'll listen to this for like an hour straight, like just on repeat. But this entire album is just, it's been on nonstop repeat since I think I started to listen to this album about a month ago. But I
actually have not listened to it until, well, I have listened to it when he has to force me, but I hated every minute of it until now. Yeah,
because now you actually like listen to the lyrics. But yeah,
because I have to give it a real chance.
Yeah, but again, I'm so happy that you actually like this song.
I really like this song. Like, oh my god, like that feeling of hopelessness that, you know, you can't do anything about it, that you just have to, like, you know, because we don't have any power. Like, we're just like, you know, compared to any beings at all. Like, I feel like, you know, we don't have any powers as soon as we get outside our home. Yeah. Like, there's no real power out there. We need our jobs. We need something. We always have to be like passive.
There's always like an obstacle. There's always like a mountain in front of us.
Yeah, and so like, you know, so this like song encapsulates that rage of not being able to do anything, because you know you have to do this. You know that you have to keep going.
But yeah, just like kind of going through the lyrics too. I love the line too. We sit on a throne waiting for God to bend the knee, but we're nothing more than royal beggars. Like, God. And then
it's so true.
Yeah, and then the bridge. Are you listening? You may not have noticed. We have totally lost our way. And that is so true. Like, this song like is so true about life. I mean, like, oh yeah. And then like the very last line, our eyes are open, but we're not listening. It's so true. Like, yeah, our eyes are open and we can see just kind of like what we have all become.
Yeah.
But we're not listening to reason. We're not listening to the truth. And I love this song. I love this band. Like, this is now officially like in my top 10 favorite bands of all time, because and this was very ambitious as well, because a lot of people thought that they wouldn't have made it because, you know,
their songwriter,
their main songwriter passed away, and he's such a good songwriter. Like, I was listening to the albums that he was doing the songwriting, very intricate, very, like, he's such a good songwriter, so people thought like, ooh, can they do it?
Still, this is so like, oh my god, like in so many levels I can relate to it. Like, it's like, I love it.
It's
like so smart, it's so intellectual.
Like the twin brother took over the song. Could you imagine going into studio and all that pressure is on you, be like, can you write as good as your brother? And I don't know, like, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of theirs, like, I'm still new to them, so I know when this album came out, it's kind of considered one of their best albums, and it's so, I love it because it's like, you know, in memory of their fallen bandmate, they took all that pain, all that anguish, all that sorrow, and they created this dark, like, book. And it's perfect. Every song off of this album, from start to beginning, you're on a journey kind of through hell, you know, through pain, through the horrors of this world, and I love it. So anyways, I'm so happy that you enjoy this song, because I'm gonna be blasting this song all night now. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and like, hopefully, you know, a lot of the people that are just kind of here for like the Michael Jackson stuff, that you actually kind of give this a chance. You know, this type of music isn't for everyone, but that's like, just like you, once you give it a chance and you listen to
like a fair shot,
and you actually listen to it and you just see it's, you know, sometimes the message gets lost in the chaos, but if you really listen to it,
ooh, that is nice.
You like see just the beauty in pain. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for your support, comments, you know, and we're gonna be doing more from the Holy Hell album, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, we'll see you in the next video.
See you.